Verse number 10. So I will read this. This world devoid of self and so on is utterly vanquished by the notions of aggregates, elements, and the sense field, and that of object and subject. Number 11. Thus the Buddha, who seek to help others, he taught to the disciples the five aggregates: form, feeling, perception, volitional forces, and consciousness. Number 12. The excellent among the biped always taught a well form appears as mass of forms. Feeling resembles bubbles in water, and perception is like mirage. Mental formations are like the planted trees. Consciousness is like magical illusions. Presenting the aggregates in this manner, the Buddha taught thus to the Bodhisattvas: that which is characteristic by the four great elements is clearly taught to be aggregates of form. The rest are invariably established, therefore, as devoid of material forms. Among the five aggregates, form is aggregates the combination of the four elements. Remaining four, feeling, recognition, karmic formation, and consciousness, are devoid of material forms. Through these, the eyes, visible forms, and so forth. So eyes can see, hear, smell, taste, and tangible, which are described as the elements, thus should be known also as 12 sense fields, so, and as the object and the subject as well. Neither atom or form exists nor in sense organ elsewhere, even no sense organ as agent exists, so the producer and the produced are utterly unsuited for production. So this is the transmission. First, number 10, the world devoid of self. Somebody come. Oh, so devoid of self means self inherent existence, self existing from the side of the object does not exist. The self is empty of independently, inherently. Aggregates, elements and sense field, object, subject, right? So objects are earth, water, fire, four element like fire, and wind element. The subject is the mind which perceives the element. So Buddha taught disciples five aggregates: form, feeling, recognition, karmic formation, all five aggregates are the nature of samsara. So because Buddha told form appears mass of form, so form is the collection of the elements. It will disintegrate finally. And feelings are like water bubbling, so feeling constantly changing. We have three different kinds of feelings: happiness, unhappiness, indifferent feelings. So feelings will change like water bubbles. Perceptions are just like mirage. So perceptions are like mirage. So perceptions appears to our working. Perceptions are like mirage, and mental formations are like plant and tree. So plant and tree, is banana tree, right? So plant and tree, if you peel the tree, there's not like other tree. You cannot find anything inside plant and tree. Consciousness is like magical illusion presenting the aggregates of this. So now this one transformation finished. So now I will read this Bodhicitta, right? We are talking about Buddhist. This is commentary on Bodhicitta. So first I will read this Indian master Kamalashila. He's the disciple of the Santiraksita and came to Tibet, both Santiraksita, 8th century, and Kamalashila, 10th century. Both are from the West Bengal, Indian great master. So his text is middling stage of meditation. So three stages of meditation. As it is said that mind of enlightenment, which Bodhicitta mind, has two aspects: conventional and ultimate. Conventional Bodhicitta mind and ultimate Bodhicitta mind. When we talk in general and nominal category refers to a category which are the sets of classes are not necessarily the phenomena that is categorized. In this case, the category is nominal only. Conventional Bodhicitta mind is actual Bodhicitta mind. In fact, conventional Bodhicitta mind and Bodhicitta mind are equivalent or the synonymous. Conventional Bodhicitta mind, both equivalent, synonymous. Ultimate Bodhicitta mind is not Bodhicitta mind. It is not Bodhicitta, it is typical of Mahayana wisdom paths, which while Bodhicitta mind is necessarily typical Mahayana method paths. So when we say Bodhicitta mind, ultimate Bodhicitta mind, not Bodhicitta mind. So bodhicitta mind should be conventional bodhicitta mind. Okay. Conventional bodhicitta mind, on the other hand, is typical of Mahayana method paths. A, because it is the main object of meditation of the Mahayana practitioner. Number A. B, because it is typical of paths that do not realize their object. So that means conventional bodhicitta mind is method path. Therefore, do not realize wisdom object, emptiness. Pertain to the method aspect of Mahayana practice. Furthermore, paths are typical of the Mahayana wisdom path, serve as the principal course for attaining the Dharmakaya, truth body of a Buddha. Whereas paths that are typical of Mahayana method paths serve as the principal course for attaining the form body of a Buddha Rupakaya. The reason is Indian great master Nagarjuna said in Precious Garland, Umar in Jetawa. In brief, the Rupakaya, O king, arises from the collection of merit. In brief, the Dharmakaya, O king, arises from the collection of wisdom. So this is bodhicitta mind, right? Bodhicitta. So when we talk about bodhicitta mind, that means conventional bodhicitta mind. Ultimate bodhicitta mind is not bodhicitta mind, because its object is emptiness. Bodhicitta mind object should be sentient beings. Ultimate bodhicitta mind object is ultimate real of sentient being, not sentient being itself. So when we say bodhicitta mind and conventional bodhicitta mind are equivalent or synonymous. So there are two categories of bodhicitta mind: ultimate bodhicitta mind and the conventional bodhicitta mind. So bodhicitta mind is general, ultimate, and the conventional is particular or the specific. So not necessarily particular should be bodhicitta mind. So bodhicitta mind is man, right? General. Ultimate and conventional is two categories of bodhicitta mind. Two different types of bodhicitta mind. Two types of bodhicitta mind. But not necessarily that, how can I say like this, general and specific, right? So general, just like mind, bodhicitta mind is man mind, and aspirations are not man mind. Aspirations are mental factor. So man mind is just like king, aspirations is just like minister of the king. The king will order you do this, minister will listen. So when we say the bodhicitta mind is man mind, is just focusing on the general, not particular. Now the aspirations is not man mind. It is mental factor. So aspirations will analyze the, how can I say, the specific of the general object. For example, like thought is general object. Right? Then impermanence of thought, functioning of thought, emptiness of thought is not general. They are the feature of the thoughts. Right? So thought and these features are strongly connected. Something happened to the thought, we cannot speak about emptiness of thought, the functioning of thought, impermanence of thought, all this thought, cannot distinguish something like this. So the man mind, Buddhist mind always focus on general, and mental factor focus on the specific. This should be on any mind. Whenever we all have man mind, and we all have 51 mental factors. And man mind and 51 mental factors, man mind is focusing on general, and other 51 mental factors focusing on the specific, not on the man. You understand what I'm saying? So bodhicitta mind, when we say it is man mind, it is primary mind focusing on the general object. Aspirations is mental factor, it is focusing on the specific of the object. So man mind and aspiration, mental factor should go together, like king and the minister. So if the man mind is positive, then mental factor is positive. If the man mind is negative, then mental factor also negative. So this five omnipresent mental should go together all the time. As long as man mind exists, then five omnipresent mental factor always there. Five omnipresent, it is feeling, recognition, attention, contact, and perception always there. So as long as man mind exists, then five omnipresent mental should be always there. Okay, this is very. So the bodhicitta mind. So when we talk about bodhicitta mind, now we have to talk about what is the benefit of bodhicitta mind practicing. Why we are practicing bodhicitta mind. So first, remember last time we have lots of discussion about the cause, condition, all this. Now lineage coming to two principal cause of the bodhicitta mind. So this one principal cause is sevenfold, and another one is exchanging oneself to other. These two lineage coming from India to Tibet. The first seven causes and result bodhicitta mind coming from Buddha passed to Maitreya Buddha. Maitreya Buddha passed to Asanga. Then Asanga passed to Indian master like Chandrakirti. Then he passed to Sendagumi, and then through that went to Indonesia, Dharmaraksita in Indonesia master. And then Atisha went to Indonesia and received this lineage and bring back to the Tibet. So this is the lineage one. Second one is exchanging oneself to other. So that lineage also come from India to Tibet. So first lineage, Buddha passed to the Manjushri, and Manjushri passed to Nagarjuna, and Nagarjuna passed through Nagarjuna then Shantideva. And then this will goes to Indonesia, Selingpa, Dharmaraksita. Then Adisha went to Indonesia and received this exchanging oneself to lineage and bring to Tibet. So that's how lineage come to Tibet. These two primary causes of bodhicitta mind. So this is the lineage of the bodhicitta mind. Two. Only if If we want to practice bodhicitta mind, it should be these two lineages. That's proper way of practicing bodhicitta mind through the lineage. Now, what is the benefit of practicing bodhicitta mind? So there are many benefits. Now, according to Shantideva, first chapter, benefit of bodhicitta mind. Chapter number 1 is benefit of bodhicitta mind. So in this chapter, so he made like summary, 10 benefit. Generally speaking, we cannot calculate so much benefit, but all comes into the 10 benefits. The Shantideva's Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life, chapter number 1, is the benefit of bodhicitta mind. So number 1 is we're talking about conventional bodhicitta mind. Number 1 is it is gateway to enter the Mayana path. Because without this mind, you cannot enter the Mayana path. There are many great Hinayana practitioners, They have incredible knowledge. They also there are so many great Arya beings, Hinayana Arya beings. And they are also 4 destroyers. Destroy the enemies of the delusions, but they are still not Mayanist because they have not bodhicitta mind. So bodhicitta mind is gateway to enter the Mayana path. So that bodhicitta mind is path of accumulation, small, medium, and great. The small one is gateway to enter the Mayana path. So without this, you cannot be Mayanist. So that's the number 1 benefit. Number 2, when you practice bodhicitta mind, and then you will receive the name. Like you are the son of the Buddha, or the Bodhisattvas, daughters of the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas. Because you have bodhicitta mind, right? So you will receive the name. Ooh, innocence. No good, looks like Harry. Oh, very strong. Very auspicious. Really strong. Auspicious teaching bodhicitta. Very cheap instance, not cost anything. Priceless. So you will receive the name, son, daughter of the bodhicitta. So because whenever you practice bodhicitta, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas are very close to you. They are always with you. Somebody doing good things, they are always with you. But we cannot see, but that does not mean they are not there. They are always there. So when you do something, when we do practice bodhicitta meditation or whatever, they are always with us. So their energy will give you incredible happiness. So they are always surrounded with you. Wherever you go, they are Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, protectors, always protect you. So that you receive that name. And then number 3rd benefit is the bodhicitta. If you have bodhicitta, it will suppress the Hinayana path. Solitary realizer. Then also hearer, Hinayana path. They have Hinayana path. They have incredible knowledge, accumulation, preparation. They can directly perceive emptiness. They have directly understand the selflessness. They can, a solitary realizer, they can understand the emptiness, the object and the subject, like object, subject, uh, essence of different entities. They will realize emptiness, external object of phenomena. All there's incredible knowledge. But bodhicitta mind will surpass those Arya. Just like if you born to the king son, so then you are very young because you're royal lineage. All the senior will respect you because your lineage is royal. So similarly, these Arya beings have incredible knowledge, but they have not bodhicitta mind. So that's why the bodhicitta mind will surpass the Hinayana solitary realizer paths. Number 4, when you practice bodhicitta mind, you will accumulate merit very, very fast, very quick. Collection merit and wisdom merit very, very fast. So when we practice bodhicitta mind, we will collect so much merit. It is said that merit cannot calculate. If you are meditating on the bodhicitta mind properly with all this instruction, if we imagine the merit is just like external form, it will not fit in this world. It's incredible merit. So therefore, you will collect to merit very quickly. So when we collect merit quickly, we will get there faster. You will go speed the car, turn old car very slow, new car you will go fast, go speed 100, 200, like that. So it will accumulate merit very fast. Number 5, it will purify the karma very fast if we have bodhicitta mind. Just like end of the world is destroyed by the fire. So similarly, bodhicitta will destroy the old afflictive emotions and negative. It will burn fast. So accumulate karma. Very purify the karma and accumulate karma very fast. Number 7, if we have bodhicitta mind, right, you will accomplish all your temporary and ultimate goal. Temporary what? We want happiness, joy. This. If you have bodhicitta mind, you will be a very happy person. Always happy, have joyful, no stress, no mental problem. Because bodhicitta mind is open mind, not narrow mind. With plenty space. So you will temporary, ultimate, then of course enlightenment or bodhisattvas. There are many practicing bodhicitta mind. So that number 8. And number 9 is, if we practice bodhicitta mind, right, we are talking about, spirit, external, internal, all these many obstacles. All the external, internal obstacle is completely subsided by practicing bodhicitta mind. If you are practicing bodhicitta mind, wherever you go, there is no external obstacles, no internal obstacles, of course. So external and internal obstacles will completely subside by practicing bodhicitta mind. Number 10 is, it is the foundation of the Maya path. It is source of Maya path. So when you have bodhicitta mind, then it is foundation, right? So it will go through the path of accumulation, then move to path of preparation, then path of seeing, then path of meditation, and finally path of no more learning, enlightenment. So it is foundation of all the Mahayana paths. 10 grounds, paths, 10 grounds, all come from it is foundation. So that is the benefit of bodhicitta mind. 10 benefit of bodhicitta mind. Shantideva, chapter number 1, summarize something like that. Now we have bodhicitta mind, right? So what we have to do, if we have good, if we have treasure, we will keep into the safe place. We will not show to other people, if you have diamond showing other people, then thief comes and steal you. So what we have to do is, now you have understand bodhicitta minds. You understand what is definition of bodhicitta mind, how many different categories of bodhicitta mind, what is the benefit of bodhicitta mind. Now you realize, I have to keep this, sustain this bodhicitta mind. I cannot lose this bodhicitta mind. So you have to sustain your bodhicitta mind in this life or the future. Right now, we have to sustain our bodhicitta mind. So sustain your bodhicitta mind with the present right now. What you have to do is 4 things. Number 1, 10 benefit. Repeat again and again. Number 2, recite bodhicitta 3 times morning, 3 times evening. We're doing this. We take refuge in Buddha this 3 times morning, 3 times evening. Number 3, do not abandon sentient beings. Number 4, collect 2 merit. 2 merit, right? And then you will sustain your bodhicitta mind in the present life. Now, but you have to keep in the future bodhicitta mind. Sustain your bodhicitta mind in the future, right? Future, right now you will sustain, but future you may have lost your bodhicitta mind. So you have to keep going this present to the future, continuation, not breaking. It will become more and more good energy and you strengthen your bodhicitta mind. And then it will difficult to lose your bodhicitta mind. So sustain your bodhicitta mind in the future, right? In the future, so first, Shantideva's text. 4 black actions, recognize, and then 4 white actions. What are the number 1 black action is? Not deceiving the masters. Number 2 is not regret other people. When somebody is doing good things and you say, oh, don't do like this, what's the point? Somebody creating good merit and you disturb this, oh, don't do like this. This is one, okay? And number 3 is, do not angry to the bodhisattvas. And number 4 is, not misleading sentient beings. This is 4 black action. Now turn into the white action. Do not tell lie to the masters. And treat all sentient beings equally. treat bodhisattvas like Buddha, lead all sentient beings to the Mayana path instead of leading from the Hinayana path, just beginning. So this will sustain your bodhicitta mind in the future. So it will continue, right? So that's the benefit and sustaining bodhicitta mind present, sustaining bodhicitta mind future. Now we are coming on the main point, right? Two principal causes of bodhicitta mind. One is sevenfold result bodhicitta mind. Other one is equalizing, exchanging one step to other, and bodhicitta mind. Now, first practice bodhicitta mind is so 6 causes, right? Recognize all beings as the mother, remembering the kind of mother, repaying, great love, great compassion, and extraordinary compassion. 6 causes, then result bodhicitta mind. Which lineage come from Maitreya, Asanka, Atisha to like Lama Tsongkhapa, like that. So, being recognized all beings a mother, is very difficult to think. How can be all beings are my mother? Right? To do this preparation, first you have to meditate on equanimity for many, many months. Equanimity is the number one preparation to recognize all beings a mother. If you want to paint the wall, right, you have to make the wall smooth, and then you start painting. If you want to plant the seed on the ground, you have to make soil smooth, fertilizing, and then you will plant the seed. Similarly, if you want 6 causes and result bodhicitta mind, first make your mind smooth, which means equalizing. Make smooth. Now we have right now equanimity, right? We have 2 attitude. Right now we have friends, relatives, fathers, mothers. We feel very close, attached to them. On the other hand, we have people like, I don't like these people, I hate these people, I don't want to be these people. So we have these 2 different kinds of mental attitude. Feeling close to friends and dislike, like enemies and something like that. And feeling ignorant feeling toward the strangers. I don't know this person, stranger, right? So we have nearly 2 kinds of feeling. Feeling close to somebody and feeling dislike. These 2 emotions we should analyze. Is this proper, right attitude or wrong? This is very important, right? Now, when we start bodhicitta, instruction of the bodhicitta mind, right? We have all this information about the, definition of bodhicitta mind, what is the benefit. We all study this. We have knowledge of all this instruction. And now you have to think, I study this now. These 2 feelings, close feeling and dislike feeling is not right attitude. I have to remove this attitude. To practice bodhicitta mind, I have to remove this. Till now I believe this is good attitude. Oh, I like this. I don't like, I dislike this. I believe this is very good for me. But now I have Bodhicitta mind instruction. I realize it is incorrect attitude. Now I should remove this practice, meditation. You know what I mean? So that's why first equanimity you have to meditate on many, many months. Not equanimity, 5, 6 months. Equalizing, smooth your mind. So now Lama Tsongkhapa said, they are temporary friends, temporary enemy, temporary stranger, but no permanent enemy, no permanent friend, no permanent stranger. Temporary enemy, temporary friends, temporary stranger, but no permanent enemy, no permanent friend, no permanent stranger. In order to meditate, now first we have to visualize 3 persons. Number one, first stranger. So you have a stranger there, and then I don't know this person. So then you have to equalize your mind. Then your friends and relatives. Back. Then finally move to the enemy. These three persons. Friends, enemy and stranger, we always have anger, attachment, ignorance arises. Therefore we have to smooth this mind, right? Visualizing these 3 persons. First stranger, then move to the friends, then move to the enemies, and then you equalizing your mind. Equalizing your mind means through your meditation, you have to remove this attitude. So that means friend is not 100% friend. Stranger is not 100% stranger. Enemy is not 100% enemy, because you see from your life, right? Friend become enemy become stranger. It is fluctuating all the time. It is not right or proper attitude to achieve bodhicitta mind. I should make my mind smooth, equalizing towards these 3 persons. So that is the number one. So you smooth your mind. So once your mind is removed from these 3, strong attachment, strong anger, strong ignorance, then bodhicitta will come eventually. We are not achieving bodhicitta because all these 3 emotions stir our mind. So we have to make smooth, like mind should be like cotton, very light. So number one, that's the main point. We have to meditate in the bodhicitta mind. Okay, is this enough? Good one. Okay, thank you very much.
Just like what you said that ultimate bodhicitta mind is not bodhicitta mind. Why not call it something else?
Yeah, ultimate, this, you understand this. Bodhicitta mind is main mind. Main mind, primary mind, bodhicitta mind is conventional mind. Ultimate bodhicitta mind, because object of bodhicitta mind should be sentient beings. Ultimate Buddhist mind is not Buddhist mind because object is not sentient beings, not suffering sentient beings. Object is emptiness or the reality of sentient beings. Reality of sentient beings, we don't. If you think about reality of sentient beings, right? Sentient beings are, nature is empty, right? So that empty, sentient beings empty is what? Remember, Buddhist is the mind, is man mind. This is very important. Always you have to, every time when our mind functioning, we have this primary mind and mental factor always go together. So primary mind sees some general and then specific, all these mental factor, aspirations, then specific analyzing everything. Man might say, oh, this is person, this is object, and that's all, nothing. Man mind is not much detail. Just see object, oh, this is the cup. Now these mental factors are analyzing the object. What I like, I don't, the good object, what color, what shape, functioning, what is nature, who made these. So many things coming in. Even one object, right? Cup is general, right? And then specific primary mind focus on the cup, nothing else. Now all this omnipresent mind, five omnipresent mind, they are making all this. Oh, this cup, I don't like this cup. Who made this cup? Which country? All this. What is all this? Primary mind is analyzing all all these attributes of the feature. So this is very important. Every time our mind functioning, man mind and primary mental fact always go together. Whenever we do something, right, these two always go together. When say Buddhist mind, conventional, not ultimate. Ultimate Buddhist mind is category of Buddhist, but not Buddhist mind. Not necessarily if that is, you know what I mean? Do you have like this if I say like this, right? Vast. Vast is general, right? Now I say like this. Copper vase, gold vase, clay vase. Vase is general. All this copper, clay, silver are particular. It's part of vase, copper vase, green vase, whatever. So this is very important, like general and particular. Chi, cheda. General particular is always one nature relationship. One nature relation, Dajik Deva means if you destroy the general, all is gone. One nature. Relationship between fire and the smoke is different nature relationship. Fire first, then smoke. Fire is cause of smoke, right? Fire finish, smoke there, right? Can no simultaneously exist. That's not necessarily. But there are, fire, smoke go together, right? You see the big fire, smoke. But generally speaking, fire and smoke is only two relationships. One nature relationship and different nature relationship. Dajik Deva and this is like West and the other West. One nature relationship. Like
Thank you.